All right, welcome. Episode 2 of the Playbook. And today we have with us Justin Wyeth, who's the director of golf at Aurora University, my alma mater. So, Justin, happy to have you here, and thanks for being with us.
Yeah, thanks, Dave. Appreciate it.
So, AU's a D3 school in Aurora, Illinois. Like I said, I went there. I played golf and tennis there, so I was a D3 athlete. And, I'm pretty interested in knowing about how D3 athletics are going now. Who are the kids that are coming in? How do you build a program? And see, what, really kind of understand, who the D3 athlete is, why they come to your school, why they choose you over other schools. And kind of tell the story about how you built this program from nothing into one of the best D3 golf programs in the country.
So. Oh, yeah. Thank you. I think we're fun to chat about this because you've played D3 sports. I did myself. And deep down, I really don't think the student athlete looks any different than what it looked like with you and when I went there. I think I think the biggest difference is, you're getting high-end academics, because we are giving scholarships only on the academic side. The athletic side is more of I still want to play and I want to compete. But that doesn't take away from like the skill set or what these people bring to the table. I think that the biggest difference is, and it's kind of why I got back into college golf or just coaching golf, to be completely honest with you, I loved what my coaches did in high school. I love what my coaches did in college. I played basketball at West Aurora at a high level too, but I wanted to make the program look like what I wish it would have looked like for myself. And I didn't know what that even meant when I first started, and I kind of grew and kind of, I've learned over the years, but deep down, I'm kind of looking for I think the same thing probably my coach was looking for: a pretty good student, as good of an athlete as I'm going to get, good personality, good background, good families, good culture. But people that really want to kind of walk it, but also talk it, and do both. A lot of people come to the recruiting visit and they talk about how much they're good and what they want to do and what they want to become. And then they get here and see what we do. And it's kind of like, I'm not sure I can hold up my end of it now at this point. And that's okay, because there's no scholarships. There's no like contracts. It's just, what time and day do you understand that? Is it day one? Is it day 400? Is it 6 years after college? Like, the best learn it probably quicker, to be completely honest with you. But more importantly, the reason why the teams are good is the students, no question, the athletes, and the opportunities that they get. The biggest difference, I think, from what you saw to what I saw to now what you're seeing is, yes, they're gifted, and yes, they have a lot more opportunities, but their setup is crazy good. And what they come and see and get to do, it's comparable to almost any level or division at this point. And that's really different. When I went to school, we had one golf course from a certain hour to a certain hour that we could practice, right? I could have class at that time. So what did I do? And then I went and chipped and putt, which is fine. That's great. But you can't just be a rock star by just chipping and putting at one golf course at 7 p.m. every night. You got to have opportunities to play. You got to have opportunities to qualify. You got to have opportunities to compete. We have a JV schedule. We have a varsity schedule. So I think it's just the opportunities are 1,000 times what me and you saw.
Yep.
And the kids take full advantage of it, which is the most important thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about this talk that we're having today the other day, and what I wrote down was, I feel like D3 is kind of the soul of sports in America.
Sure.
What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's getting to be a little bit different as we go, and that's fine. There's obviously some NIL money out there for certain players or locations and people that have a good following and brand, which, we really haven't dipped into a lot or enough right at this point. But you're just finding people that fully want to come and play whatever sport it is, kind of for the love of the game, right?
Yeah.
And then once you get around the right programs, then maybe you get that competitiveness, or you get maybe that extra edge, or maybe you get a deeper roster, and it kind of like organically turns into this like monster of a program, and it's believing in it, but it's finding the kids that don't worry about the hat or the sweatshirt. They worry about wanting to win and play on the program, right? And my big quote is like, we come and want to carry our golf bags. We don't want to just come and purchase our golf bags. Like, I want every kid on my team to feel like they're going to carry it for me at some point. Now, not everyone does. That's the hard part. You know what I mean? I got a 12th guy on my team that's a rock star. I got a 10th girl on my team that's great. She's carrying the bag, but she's also bought the bag. But there's numbers that don't lie in my sport, thankfully. But the effort's still there from 1 through 12, in my opinion, and that's really special. So, I mean, you don't have to go play this weekend. You don't have to go work out this morning. You don't have to go and do stretching this morning.
Yep.
You don't have to practice in this nasty weather. There's no forced mandatory nonsense at D3, but the best want it. You know?
Yeah. So what is, because I feel like carrying that bag, wearing the hat, the logo, when it says AU on it, I feel like it means something different with you in having overseen the program for the last 10 years?
Yeah, been 14 for the women and 8 for the men. So
okay, so we'll just say last 10 years, you've turned that. What is wearing that AU logo on the golf course and in the community, like AU golf? What does that mean to you today?
Yeah, it means a lot to me. I mean, I'm a person that went there. I live in the area. You know, it's kind of like you want to leave a legacy of some sort for myself. But now I think what it means to these players is just a lot more. Because, I mean, the greatest thing in the world when you're in sports is potentially winning, right? Like, it's just fun, you know. But deep down, you're on a program that's winning conference championships, winning weekend tournaments, winning qualifiers, you know. And I say it all the time to my recruits. It's really easy to go to class on Monday after a winning weekend. And it's not, we don't win every time. That's the nice thing, too. But deep down, it's like you're more proud to wear that hat when you're a part of something like that. You know, I've noticed my backups that are great kids that want to wear that stuff out left and right too now, you know, and wear the logo, and they're proud to put the AU golf shirt on when they're walking across campus instead of, that was kind of a hideout thing, you know. Why would we wear this when I first started? It was just kind of, we were mediocre, and that I wanted everyone's mental game to be better than that. Like, we aren't mediocre. We are better than what it says out there. We are better than what the numbers are saying. We're in the Midwest. It rains, it snows, it's cold, it's windy. You know, the numbers aren't comparable. I think the system's a little flawed. I always have said that. So don't worry about the numbers. Just shoot what we are, and it'll take us to that next step and level. But deep down, yeah, I mean, it kind of means everything when you like grow up down the road from this campus, and now you see what it is. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need everyone to know what it is, but the people that want to know about it, I'm excited to explain to them where this has gotten. And yeah. I think the players would be the same way. If you got to talk with people, they just can't believe kind of what they've started off coming to see and where they're at now, you know? Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think the logo is something people wear proudly. I think people, even alumni, want to wear that and have the golf bag now. And, you know, it's becoming kind of more of a culture behind the scenes too. People want to stop by and visit tournaments and see the team when they can, if we're in town. And that just never happened 10 years ago at all. And there was no reason to, potentially, you know, I get it. I mean, there's an actual product out there now.
Yeah. So talk about that product. Like, so when you got to AU and started with this golf program, where was AU ranked nationally in D3?
Yeah, I'd say they're both probably about the same spot, mid 200s out of 350 schools. You know, I don't know exactly because there's been so many different data sheets and ranking sheets,
sure,
so I don't
close
really know.
Enough. So you're in the 200s.
Yeah, for sure.
And then where are you guys at today?
The men are anywhere between like 8th and 10th, depending on what poll, and the women, you know, have been up to 35th. They're somewhere between 35th and 70th now, depending on the year. So yeah, we're in the top 1%, I'd say, with the men, and then top 5%, 10% with women. And yeah, it's really special. I mean, it's just a number. We talk about it that way. You know, it's just something to kind of be proud of. It could change overnight. You know, we won this weekend. We could drop in the rankings, right? We have no clue, and that's okay. Yeah, that makes us hungrier, which is the group that I want. You know, let's not look at the numbers. Let's use it as not a crutch. Let's use it as an advantage type of thing. So that's kind of how we go about it. But yeah, it's special where it's at now. It's just, you kind of show up, and you know, remember like 10 years ago, a team would show up and you're like, man, there they go. Here they come, men or women, you know, and now you can almost see it. We get off that bus and it's like, here's Aurora. You can
That's
just
right.
see it, you know, and
Yep.
it's fun to be kind of the ringleader of that. But deep down, like, I'll take 1% of the responsibility and the product. Like, I'm getting the kids there and I'm giving them the opportunities, but it's the kids, the players, I promise you, are
Yeah.
why we've changed this thing.
It is the kids. I mean, it always comes down to the athletes that we get, right? But how do you make Aurora University a school that was ranked 200th in men's golf, and then in a short 8-year period of time take them to top 10 in the nation? Like, how does that happen?
Yeah, I say it all the time. I say the same answer every time. I promise you, I don't have a magic potion. I'm not going to be on the Golf Channel anytime soon. I'm no more special than the next coach, but I am going to outwork my peers, and my players are going to definitely outwork the teams that we go against. It's just that simple. We will outwork you. There's no doubt that my top players are probably finding a way to do something today to get better. It might not even be about golf. It might be stretching. It might be working out. It might be just unwinding and getting their mental game right. It might be note taking. It might be stats. It's just something. They're so driven. They're so hungry to showcase who we are at this point that it's kind of just rolling on both sides, right? And deep down, I mean, that's how everything in the world works. It's this group here that's doing this is probably outworking the next group that's doing it, right? Dave, you're in real estate. If you want to sell more homes, I don't know your job, but you probably have to outwork them. I would think you're probably gonna have to somehow out-angle someone at some point. And if I can't be the brand name, which I don't think we were to start, we can't be the Duke basketball. We can't, unfortunately, be that. We're going to have to outwork you, plain and simple, from top up. And I'm the guy that's at the office this morning at 7:30 in the morning instead of, I could have easily taken today off. It's pouring. We just won. We took 4th place with the women. We're rocking. I'm still there. I'm going to go back there afterwards, right? That's not like tooting my own horn. That's just what I'm going to do. And my players are probably doing that and more. I probably can show up to my sim room right now, and there's probably a couple players doing something. It's just always outwork in the field. And it's been now 7 years or 8 years of it consistently, which is building to be something.
Got it.